All right, so we've been getting very good at dividing fractions by fractions. And so today we're looking at section 2.4, dividing fractions with mixed numbers. Dividing fractions with mixed numbers. All right, so when we see something like this, 5 over 7, we know the 5 is our numerator. 5 is the numerator, and 7 is our denominator. 7 is our denominator. Okay? We also know that when we see a number like this, 2 1/4, that is also known as a mixed number. Mixed number. Now, we've also seen improper fractions. Those look like this, 12 over 8. That's an improper fraction. All right? And our fourth key component in dividing fractions are reciprocals. So we know that 2 over 9 has a reciprocal. Reciprocal, it's a cool word, as 9 over 2. Our 9 is now our numerator, and our 2 is now our denominator. That's called our reciprocal. So using these four key components, we know that there are 3 easy steps to divide fractions with mixed numbers. And you can abbreviate MN today for mixed numbers. So step 1 is convert mixed number to improper fractions. Just make the conversion. Step 2 is keep, switch, and flip. Keep your first fraction, switch to multiplication, and flip your second fraction. And lastly, step 3 is simplify your answer to a mixed number. That's it. Step 1, convert mixed number to improper fraction. Step 2, keep, switch, and flip. And step 3, simplify to a mixed number. Your answer to a mixed number. So let's see what this looks like. I'm going to write E1. E1 is 3 1/2 divided by 1/5. All right, so step 1, convert that mixed number to an improper fraction. So just write multiply, draw your arrows. All right, and then write add. We know that we must multiply our whole number 3 times our denominator, which is 2. And that gives you 6. Then we take that number 6 and we add it to our numerator, which is 1, and that gives you 7. So now our improper fraction is 7 over your denominator, 2. So let's just rewrite this equation right here. Rewrite this problem. So we have 7 over 2 divided by 1 over 5. Step 1's complete. Step 2, keep, switch, flip. Keep that 7 over 2 first fraction. Switch to multiplication. All right, and then flip your second fraction, 1 over 5 to 5 over 1. All right, now I'm just going to circle that so you can see that. And then just multiply. 7 times 5 is 35. And 2 times 1 is 2. All right, and then we just have an answer here. Step 3 is simplify to a mixed number. So just go and write 35 divided by 2. Don't forget your decimal. And 2 can go into 3 one time. 2 times 1 is 2. Subtract, and that gives you 1. Bring down your 5. Excuse me. And 2 can go into 15 7 times. 2 times 7 is 14, and you're left with 1. 1 is your remainder. Now we also write our remainder as 1 over your denominator, which is 2. Okay? And then what we do from there is write your answer. And your answer is 17 1/2. That's it. 17 1/2 is your answer. Very good. Very good. Let's try another one. I'm going to write E2. I'm going to write E2. E2 is 2 3/4 divided by 1/2. divided by 1/2. All right, so step 1, convert that mixed number to an improper fraction. So draw your arrows. You know how to draw those arrows. Just write multiply. And then draw your arrow up here and write add. All right. So multiply 2 times 4. 2 times 4, and that gives you 8. All right. And then add that number to your numerator. 8 plus 3. That gives you 11. All right. And then just write that as your numerator. 11 over 4 is your denominator. So let's just rewrite our problem here. We have 11 over 4 divided by 1/2. All right, step 1's finished. Step 2, keep, switch, flip. Keep that first fraction, 11 over 4. Switch to multiplication. All right, and then flip your second fraction. 1 over 2 is now 2 over 1. And I'll circle this so you can see that what we're doing a little bit better. All right, and then just multiply across. 11 times 2 is 22. 22. All right, and 4 times 1 is 4, so just divide. So we have an answer here, but step 3, simplify to a mixed number. 22 divided by 4. Don't forget that decimal. And we know 4 can't go into 2, but it can go into 22 5 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract, and 2 minus 0 is 2. So we have a remainder of 2. And we always write that remainder as 2 over a denominator, which is 4. So your answer is 5 and 2/4. That's it. 5 and 2/4 is your answer. That's it. Let's try another one. Go ahead and write E3. Go ahead and write E3. And E3 is 3 and 1/4 divided by 1/2. Divided by 1/2. So step 1 is just convert that mixed number to an improper fraction. So just write multiply. And then we add that number to our numerator. So just multiply it out. 3 times 4, and that gives you 12. All right, and then we just add that to our numerator, 12 plus 1, and that gives you 13. So we write that as 13 over our denominator, which is 4. All right, so let's just rewrite our problem here. We now have 13 over 4 divided by 1/2. Step 1's done. Step 2, keep, switch, flip. Keep that first fraction, 13 over 4. 13 over 4. Switch to multiplication. Switch to multiplication. And just flip that second fraction. 1 over 2 is now 2 over 1. So that gives you 13 times 2 gives you 26. And 4 times 1, that gives you 4. All right, so we have an answer, but step 3 just says simplify to a mixed number. So 26 divided by 4. Don't forget that decimal. 4 can't go into 2, but we know it can go into 26 how many times? Well, 6 times. 4 times 6 is 24. Subtract, and you're left with 2. All right, so we know 4 can't go into 2, so that's our remainder. And we write our remainder as 2 over your denominator, which is 4. So your answer is 6 and 2/4. 6 and 2/4 is your answer. That's it. 6 and 2/4 is your answer. Let's try one more. Go ahead and write E4. E4. And E4 is 1 and 4/5 divided by 2/3. 2/3. All right, so 1 and 4/5 divided by 2/3. We know step 1 is switch that mixed number to an improper fraction, so write multi. All right, draw your arrows and then just write add. All right, and then just multiply it out. 1 times 5 gives you 5, and 5 plus 4 gives you 9. So your mixed number to an improper fraction is now 9 over your denominator, which is 5. 9/5. All right, so let's just rewrite our problem here. We have 9 over 5 divided by 2/3. All right, step 1's finished. Step 2, keep, switch, flip. Keep that first fraction, 9 over 5. Switch to multiplication. All right, and then flip that second fraction. 2/3 is now 3 over 2. It's now 3 over 2. Circle that, and I'll circle that so you can see that a little bit better. And we know that 9 times 3 is 27, and 5 times 2 is 10. So we have an answer right here, but that third step is just convert that, simplify it to a mixed number. So 27 divided by 10. Don't forget that decimal. All right, so we know 10 can't go into 2, but it can go into 27 2 times. 10 times 2 is 20. And subtracting, you're left with 7. 10 can't go into 7, so 7 is our remainder. And we write our remainder as 7 over your denominator, 10. So your answer is 2 and 7/10. 2 and 7/10 is your answer. That's it. That's it. Go ahead and try E5 and E6 on your own. Go and try E5 and E6 on your own. E5 is 3 divided by 1 3/4. All right, and then E6 is 2 1/3 divided by 2/3. All right, so go ahead and try E5, which is 3 divided by 1 3/4, and E6, which is 2 1/3 divided by 2/3. Go ahead and try E5 and E6 on your own.